Welcome back to the channel, everyone. BLN437, and wow, the Yankees have had an interesting week. They just agreed to a trade with the Miami Marlins to get Giancarlo Stanton pending physical and him willing to waive his no trade clause. But before we get into that, if you guys like this video, make sure to leave a like down below. Comment as well. Let me know if you guys like this trade, and if it is official, do you guys think that the Yankees are now going to be World Series contenders? Also, if you are new, don't forget to share this video with all of your friends and subscribe if you are new once again as well. And let's get into it. So Giancarlo Stanton, as of right now, has a deal in place for him to accept going to the Yankees, which was one of the 4 teams that he had on his list. We all expect him to waive that no trade clause and join the New York Yankees. And it's now going to just depend on physical, in my opinion. If you think about the week that the Yankees have had, the week and a half, hiring Aaron Boone, Shohei Ohtani said no, and then Giancarlo Stanton falls in their lap on Thursday night, and then going into Friday night, they make the move to finally get this guy. It's been a crazy week. I think Yankee fans now can stop getting all upset about, oh, Shohei Ohtani said no to us. How dare he? Why did he do that? Does he know what we can bring him? Does he know that we're a team that's on the rise? Yes, Shohei Ohtani knew that, but Shohei Ohtani wanted to be his own star in his own team. Now, some people are saying, oh, well, Mike Trout is there. Like I said in my video yesterday, it doesn't matter that Mike Trout's there. Mike Trout's going to leave at some point anyways. And on top of that, he wanted to be the main Japanese star in his on his team. And that's what he's able to do in Los Angeles. And he's going to generate money for the Angels as well. So, leave that to that. As for this deal, I like it, and then I don't like it at the same time. I like it because, yes, the Yankees needed to be aggressive here. Yes, the Yankees need to show that the Yankees need to show, hey, you know what? We want it. That's what I really wanted to say. I've been up all night waiting for this news to drop, and it's finally here, so I'm sorry, guys, but the Yankees needed this move. They needed to be aggressive. They needed to show the fans that, you know what? We're in it to win it, and we're going to put the best product on the field, and we're going to give ourselves a chance to win right now. We don't want to wait another year. We don't want the Astros to continuously beat us because they had a better offense. We want that offense, and we want that offense now. And I'm going to tell you something right now. With Giancarlo Stanton in this lineup, there's no way in hell, that the Yankees are going to get destroyed by Charlie Morton or Lance McCullers again in a Game 6 or in a Game 7. That's not going to happen. That's not. They have to respect not only Judge, they now have to respect Giancarlo if he comes, Gary, Bird, Didi, and potentially another left-handed hitter. The Yankees can get a left-handed hitter, and if Gleyber Torres is everything that people believe Gleyber Torres will be. So there's no way that that's going to happen again. Now, the thing here also that I don't like about this move, will this money hurt them later on down the road if they can still contend in another 8 years? Now, I know it's not about the future, it's about the now, especially with this Yankee core. And the Yankees they extended their window from 5 years to 7 to 8 years with this move. But I still worry about that because I don't know what he's going to be at the far end of that contract. Is it going to be another A-Rod or is it not? And on top of that, the other concern I have is he's injury prone. Do you play him in DH to save his legs, to save his body up so that way he doesn't have to worry? Or are you going to let him play left field? Now, you have to let him play left field. You have to respect him. He's still young enough to play the outfield. He's still good enough to be on the outfield. And he still has he has a cannon. I'm not even going to say he still has a cannon. He has a cannon. He has a cannon of an arm, and he can throw guys out. I've seen it. So, I do worry about the injuries, but everything that I'm worried about gets overshadowed by the fact that he's such a productive hitter. He's not a strikeout guy. I know a lot of people think, oh, well, the power, that means he strikes out a lot. He doesn't strike out as much. I mean, 100 strikeouts is the norm in baseball today. And he does about that. And he still hits for a good amount of average. He hits 280, 290. That's not bad. So, I'm not worried about average or strikeouts with Giancarlo Stanton. I'm just worried about health. If his health can stay on point, then he's going to be fine. Now, let's talk about the guys that the Yankees gave up in this trade as of right now. As of right now, the only name that's confirmed is Starlin Castro. And apparently a bunch of other young veterans. Or not young veterans, but veterans. I'm assuming one of those veterans is either Chase Headley or Jacoby Ellsbury, but I highly doubt it's Jacoby Ellsbury. I believe it's Chase Headley and Starlin Castro. I really do. If that's the case, I want to say one thing about Starlin Castro. Starlin Castro has just gotten a bad break. I mean, This man was literally traded to the Yankees when the Cubs were just about to win their World Series, and he didn't know if the Yankees were going to be good in another year or two. Obviously, they excelled their process, they were. And now, as the Yankees are primed to go into this World Series hunt, he's going to be in a team that's in a rebuilding mode, and they're rebuilding. They're in a stage of just trying to do whatever they can, and that really hurts me. Now, I hope that the Miami Marlins eventually trade him to get more young talent, maybe, even if it's not this offseason, maybe during the trade deadline, so he can be a part of a winner, because he deserves it. He really has. He's a good player. He plays hard, and I enjoyed his time here in New York, so I'm going to thank Starlin Castro for his 2 to 3 years that he was here. He was tremendous. He was a really good hitter and a really good player when he was here, and I respect that. Now, is he going to be better than what people believe Torres is going to be, Gleyber Torres? That remains to be seen. We'll have to see how Torres is going to do. But I didn't think that the Yankees, because apparently on top of this deal, it's young prospects, but not like high-end prospects. So possibly not Clint Fraser, who I said is going to be a superstar in this league in my last video. And apparently not Justice Sheffield or Chance Adams, which that's a huge plus if you're the Yankees. You get to keep your big top guns. You get to keep your 2 starting pitchers, potentially Clint Fraser, which means you can have an outfield of Fraser, who I think is going to be a superstar, Judge, and Stanton. Man, you guys want to talk about a lineup that has, that sees Judge, Stanton, and Sanchez? Think about the outfield that consists of Sanchez, Judge, and Frazier. That's going to be legit. If Frazier can be everything that I believe he's going to be, that's going to be a legit outfield. Now, I'm going to talk about the Dodgers here for a second, because he didn't say no yet. I mean, he didn't say yes yet to the Yankees trade, even though we expect him to, and we don't know what the physical is going to be. If Giancarlo Stanton says no to the Yankees, and that is the case, and he wants to go to LA is going to have a hard time being able to shed payroll for this guy. Now, I don't know how they shed payroll for this guy. Do they do it via trade for maybe a different team other than Miami to set themselves up to then talk to Miami? I don't know. I said that they were the outside team looking in because I didn't see how they could shed money to get him. And to be honest with you, they don't need him. They were a World Series team without him. They made it to the World Series team without him. They made it to 27 outs without him. They don't need Giancarlo. They just need pitching. If Darvish showed up like he should have in Game 7, the Dodgers would be World Series champions right now. But that did not happen, and that's why the Dodgers need starting pitching to me. And it can't be a Darvish, it has to be Jake Arrieta or somebody of that magnitude. They can't go into this not thinking that they can't get a big-time starting pitcher. So to me, for Dodger fans that are upset about Giancarlo not coming and, him teasing that he wanted to go to LA because it's his home and that's what he loves, don't be upset. You guys made it to the World Series without him, and you guys, I personally believe, will make it again without him. And I think we will finally see that Yankee and Dodger World Series. I really do. Now, as for the Cubs, they were the only team other than the Yankees that I said can make this deal. They didn't seem interested at all. I can understand why. You have your young talent. You have your young core. You have Bryant. You have Rizzo. You have Contreras. You have all of these young guys. And on top of that, you just bolstered your rotation by signing Tyler Chatwood yesterday. So you don't really need a Giancarlo Stanton as well. The Yankees were the only team that kind of needed him, but didn't need him at the same time. They needed him because they needed a big splash. They needed a big move. And it's going to make Aaron Boone's job a lot easier. Though it makes it a lot easier because he can pencil him in the lineup, it also makes it that much more harder for Aaron Boone, and the expectations for Aaron Boone to be bigger than what they already were. He now has to deliver a World Series championship in those 3 years. I'm being completely honest with you. If he gets eliminated in the first round, the first 2 years, or the first 3 years, or just makes it to the championship series and doesn't even taste a World Series, him and Cashman go. Him and Cashman have to go. Period. It's now win or bust for the Yankees. The Yankees can't afford to lose anymore. The Yankees now must win. And that's it. Now the Yankees have to get another starting pitcher. Whoever that is, I don't know. Whether it's CC, it most likely will be. But I'm still not sold on CC. I think the Yankees need one more guy. He doesn't have to be an ace. He just needs to be a legitimate 3 or 4 guy like Tyler Chatwood. I'm sitting here and I'm talking maybe an Alex Cobb. If you could get Chris Archer, maybe Chris Archer. But that's stretching it. And to be honest with you, I really believe that they need another left-handed pitcher. I don't like the idea of just going in with Sevy, Gray, Tanaka, CC, and then another right-hander. Maybe you trust Montgomery, and Montgomery is the guy to go. I don't know. Or Chance Adams and Justice Sheffield are going to come ahead of schedule. We'll see what happens when we get there. Now, the last thing that I'm going to sit here and say about the Giancarlo thing, and this is it. the one thing that I also forgot to mention is that he rejected the Giants and he rejected the Cardinals. And I wanted to go a little bit more into that yesterday, but I wasn't able to because I was on a time constraint. Giancarlo Stanton said no to the Giants and said no to St. Louis, mainly because I believe he didn't feel that they had enough to beat the Dodgers. And I agree with that. I don't think that the Cardinals, sorry guys, once again, like I said, I'm tired. I don't think that the Cardinals had enough to literally persuade him to come to St. Louis, because you still have the Cubs in that division, and then you still have to try to beat the reigning defending National League champions, the Los Angeles Dodgers. I mean, that's just really hard to do. It is. And then on top of that, for the Giants, yeah, they were suffering through injuries, but they also had a lot of guys that didn't show up the way that they should have showed up and how they had shown up previous years. And that's Melanson. Cueto, yes, he was injured, but when he came back, it wasn't really the same either. Maybe you can attest that to his injury and just being out, so he kind of was just rusty. As for Mad Bum, I don't really care. His season was pretty much gone to begin with. He came back and he only had like about 5 or 6 other maybe even 8 starts. So I don't really think he was sold on that. I don't think he was sold that Cueto can be what Cueto needs to be. I don't think he was sold that Samardzija could be what Samardzija was going to be. And I also think that he worried about if this team got injured and if I got injured, would we be able to still make the playoffs? Can somebody else carry the load? And I think he looked at this Yankee team and said, you know what, if I get injured, I know that these guys can carry the load. They have enough talent that if they can pick me up, or if someone else gets hurt, we can pick them up. So I think that was one of the main reasons why he decided that he wanted to come to New York, or at least put them on his list. He hasn't said yes yet. We'll find out. I'm not going to do another video when or if he confirms that he's going to come to the Yankees, because this is pretty much my video here and my thoughts on what the Yankees need to do and what I thought about this trade going forward. And if it doesn't happen, then you know what, I might look like a fool that this video is up, but it is what it is anyways. So guys, if you like this video, make sure to leave a like down below, comment as well. I didn't expect to make this video this early in the morning. I didn't even expect to stay up this late at night or this early in the morning. It's 8:56 in the AM and I'm already doing a Giancarlo Stanton video. And on top of that, I didn't think I was gonna be able to do my Shohei Ohtani video, or not my Shohei Ohtani video. See, guys, like I said, don't stay up overnight. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Your mind is just completely out of it when you stay up and you're not resting it. But it was actually my next Japanese star video, which I believe that there's another Japanese star that can come to the United States and make an impact, not with his arm, but his bat. But once again, guys, if you guys like this video, make sure to leave a like down below. Comment as well. Let me know what you guys think about the trade. If this goes through, are the Yankees World Series contenders, like I said. Share this video with all of your friends. And if you are new, don't forget to subscribe. And I will see you guys for more off-season hot stove videos. Let's go. I'm excited for the baseball season. This is finally starting to become the off-season that I wanted it to be. So anyways, guys, I will see you guys later.